Hi, my name is Ernest Placco and I'm the CEO of the company called Forex Academy, which is the leading Forex trading company in South Africa. Today I'm going to introduce you to a very powerful piece of software. It's an expert advisor that works in MetaTrader 4. Now this expert advisor follows a breakout rule which will open a trade when there's a breakout either through a support resistance level or a trend line. Now, when we speak about breakouts like of this kind, there are two main problems normally that we have to consider. The first one is that there could be many false breakouts in such a approach to trading. And so this expert advisor has a unique rule built into it, call it a filter, that will avoid most of the false breakouts that you may have. And the second problem could be when you're waiting for a breakout, it could be many hours before that breakout actually occurs. And so, if you trade manually, you'll have to sit and wait at the screen until that time arrives and then open your trade. Now, this expert advisor, of course, will take that screen time away from you and save you up to 89% of screen time. So all you do is identify the level on the chart or the trend line and enter that into the expert advisor, and when the right time comes, you may be sleeping, you may be away from the screen, you may be in a meeting, but it will open a trade for you when all the rules are fulfilled. It will also place your stop loss, take profit target according to your instructions, and many other functions that it has. But let us look at this first and see how it works, and then we'll talk about the advantages later on. Okay, to demonstrate how the expert advisor works, I've selected a random chart, which is the pound Swiss franc chart, and I've also selected the 4-hour time frame, as you can see there. And we have already drawn a resistance level here that you can see, and the price has stopped there once, twice, and even a third time maybe there, that it couldn't break through this level to the top. So we believe that if the price can break through this level, it will it can give us a buy opportunity that will make us a profit as it goes further in the bullish direction. So this line, the number of this line has been entered into the expert advisor, and it will be watching now this line, and on a certain condition of breaking that line, to avoid that of a false break, it will open the trade automatically for us and place the stop loss and take profit for us according to our instructions. So I'm going to run this is a simulation, by the way, and to see what happens, when the price reaches that particular level, and if it will break through, and when it breaks through, if the expert advisor is going to open a trade or not. So you can see the price is now nearing that level, and the level is quite strong because it's now 2 attempts and it hasn't gone through there. But we don't have to worry. Although these are 4-hour bars, that means already 8 hours has passed now, and that's the third one, 12 hours. We don't have to worry because there the price goes through, and it hasn't opened yet the trade because there's a condition must be fulfilled, because you can see the price is having another kind of resistance level there, and it will not open the trade until that resistance level is broken. So there it opened the trading now. Was happy now that that is now been broken, and that there is enough momentum in a bullish direction for us to open a buy trade. And at the same time, you can see here at the bottom there's a stop loss being placed at this point here, and if I scroll up, you will see that there is a take profit up there. This is determined by the trader where these things should be placed, and the expert advisor will place them accordingly. So now that the trade is opened, it will run automatically and either hit the stop loss or the take profit target, of course. Now remember, this trade took about 12 hours, remember, before it opened, and it was opened at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we didn't have to be at the screen when this happened. We could still be sleeping, we could be having breakfast or whatever. As long as we have drawn this line here and put that number of that line, the price level of that line into the expert advisor will monitor it until it breaks this line without the condition of a false break here. So it didn't open here where normally it would have opened, because the price stopped there and didn't continue up. And the expert advisor was waiting to see if there's enough momentum in the bullish direction to bypass these highs to open that trade, which it did, and it opened the trade for us. And now the trade is running. It doesn't really matter now if, for the demonstration purposes, if it gets to the take profit target or not. But just for interest's sake and for all of us to see what happens now, I'm going to pause it, the video, and come back to see when it is either hit the stop loss or the take profit target, just to see, what would have happened if this trade was opened by an expert advisor and not by ourselves manually. So I'm going to pause it for a moment and come back just now. As you can see that the trade has actually reached its profit target. As I said before, it's not really important for the demonstration, but this trade may have never been taken if it wasn't for the expert advisor, because of the timing and the waiting period before this happened. So here we have a trade that was very profitable, opened by an expert advisor when you either were not available, still sleeping, maybe having breakfast, or not even having the time to sit there for 20 hours or whatever time you needed to wait for this trade to actually open. Now, this is an example of where we're breaking a resistance or a support level. It could obviously also happen to in a bearish direction, breaking a support level. But the other ability that this expert advisor is also to break a trend level. That means an angled resistance support level. And the next demonstration will be on how that is done. In the second example of the expert advisor, it is to show how it's used to open a trade when there is a trend and then a retracement or correction, and the price then continues in the direction of the trend. So here we have, we're still with the pound Swiss franc for a 4-hour time frame chart. And I've taken a very, very recent example that only happened the past week. You can see here that pounds in a very, very bearish, situation for weeks or months now, and then there was a sideways movement and a retracement. So we see this retracement, and we expect that if this will break through this line here into a bearish direction, we can make some profit. So we have drawn the line, and I'm going to zoom in a bit so we can see it a bit better. It's more accurate. Sorry, there we are. And after we've drawn this line, we don't have to do anything else, because now the name of this line is into the expert advisor, and it will watch this line. And if the price breaks it into in a bearish direction, according to certain rules that avoid false breaks, it will open the trade automatically, put your stop loss, your take profit target as you instructed it. So I'm going to let it run now and see what happens. Remember, now you don't have to be at the screen or a computer, because from now on everything happens automatically. You can go to your work, have a meeting, go to bed, to sleep, whatever you want to do. The expert advisor will watch this price now and open a trade when it breaks this line according to our rule. So let us see what happens now. The simulator is now running and may jump sometimes to a forward position. Like now, it seems like pause and always jumps to a forward position. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. It has opened the trade. It was so quick. I don't know why it does this, but there you go. It's opened the trade, and it's already hit this take profit target now. That being said. So you can see there the trade was opened. And it means redraw the line. We took the line away for a good reason, because otherwise I may open another trade on the same line. So there was a trade opened. Let me zoom in again, and you see there the trade was opened only after it's been shown that this price is definitely moving downwards, has momentum downwards, and it's not just a false break through the bottom. And so this trade was opened around about in our time, 4 o'clock in the morning. This is GMT plus 2 time, and we were all sleeping when this happened. So if we didn't have the expert advisor, this trade would never have opened and we wouldn't have made this profit. So you can see the advantage of that. So we just want to show you quickly, what some of the parameters of the expert advisor is that you can set for yourself. We just want to show you a few of the parameters of the expert advisor. There's no time for us here to go through all of them in detail, so just one or two quickly pointed out to you. And the first one is that it can open trades on horizontal lines or in like we just showed you now, trend lines. You can either open a buy direction or sell direction, or both. You can put on both sides. Let's say you're trading patterns. You don't know which side the breakout is going to be. You can put it a buy or a sell at the bottom and the top of that pattern, and it will take the trade when it breaks out in the right direction. Don't worry about this. The lot size method, you have two options here. You can either put in your own lot size, or you can ask the expert advisor to calculate your lot size according to your capital risk, which is normally mentioned in percentage. And we calculate that according to your stop loss size, your account size, which is an equity, and the percentage you want to trade on that trade. Then we have other checks here that we don't want to go through now. Then we also have a stop loss and take profit. You can either set your own take profit, or you can ask the computer, or the expert advisor rather, to set your own target at a risk reward. So you can go in there and say set take profit at risk reward and true, and then you can select your risk rewards from a long list of risk rewards that you can set for your take profit target. By the way, just going back to the stop loss, you can either set the stop loss yourself, or you can ask the computer to set your stop loss, and the computer will find that stop loss the best possible place for the stop loss according to certain rules. And then of course there are things like moving your stop loss to break even at a certain point in time, trading stops, and so on. So there's a lot of things here that you can set up for the expert advisor to do automatically for you. There are even things like close trade when the trend changes. So this is just a quick look at what this offers you. We want to end this presentation by just summarizing some of the advantages of this expert advisor. And we start with most probably one of the most important ones, and that is that it saves screen time. And you can save up to 8% or more of screen time with this, because once you set up the expert advisor, then you don't need to watch your screen anymore. You can do whatever you want to do, and the expert advisor will take over and open the trade automatically when the timer is ready. So it does not make any mistakes, because it's not emotional, and it will follow your rules of the system, and it's built into the expert advisor that, for instance, will avoid opening it when there is a false break. Of course, when you use the expert advisor, you can set it up at night before you go to bed, or in the morning before you go to work, and the trade will be opened when it is ready. So from now on, you won't miss any trades anymore, because there's sometimes a sudden break of the line or whatever, and then if you're not there and open the trade, it's too late to take the trade. This will not happen anymore. The expert advisor will also, if you ask it to do it, calculate your lot size for you. So you have actually two options. One, to determine your own lot size and put it in as a fixed lot size, or you can ask the expert advisor to calculate your lot size according to your risk management rules and so on. Then, of course, it will also have options to place your stop loss and take profit. In both cases, you have two options each. In the stop loss, you can determine your own stop loss size by having a look at the chart, measuring it, and putting it into the expert advisor. Or you can ask the expert advisor to calculate it for you, looking at the best swing high, swing low position where you will place your stop loss. The take profit target, the same. You can either determine the size of that yourself, or you can ask the computer to calculate your stop loss size when it is set up, and then set your take profit at a risk-reward situation of 1-to-1, 1-to-2, whatever. So that means you can trade in a risk-reward manner with this particular expert advisor if your system requires that. Then, of course, there's still the trading stop available. This one is an advanced trading stop that you set up. If you want to use that, that's available. And the nice feature is you can move your stop loss to break even when the price is in a certain profit situation. Like let's say 70% of your take profit target, you can ask the expert advisor to move your stop loss to a break even. Lastly, you can also ask the expert advisor to close your trades when the direction of the price movement, that means the trend is changing. That means you don't even have to have a stop loss or take profit target. The expert advisor will watch the indicator that indicates the direction of the trend and close it immediately when it changes. You can use straddling. This is very useful when you trade in patterns. When you trade a pattern and you're not always sure, which side of that pattern, the breakout is going to be, and you want to cover both sides, so you can set up a possible buy or sell trade, whichever way the price is going to break out. Then it will check indicators for you. Like for instance, it will check an RSI indicator for you to see what the reading is there, if it's not oversold or overbought. Before it opens the trade. And lastly, it also recognizes strong moves, so if there's a very strong move, it will take advantage of that move and open the trade immediately. So that is some of the very important advantages of this particular expert advisor. You may be wondering how you can get hold of this powerful piece of software, and there are actually two ways you can do this. The first one is to attend one of our training courses, where we'll get this software for free, as well as other similar kind of software expert advisor like this also for free. Our next course is our 3 months full-time course that takes place from the 2nd of September this year, 2019 of course, in Centurion. And you can go to our website to apply for attending this course. The second way to get hold of the software is to actually buy it, and you can get it with a course to show you how you should work with it, and then you can use it for yourself where you need to monitor certain breakouts from levels or trend lines or patterns, whatever you want to do automatically. To be able to do this, you will go to the website. As you've seen here, we have a website called forexanalysis.net. It's actually forex-analysis.net. You go to this website here, and then you will also see this main page coming up, and on the right hand side you'll see, if you put your cursor over here, it says our solutions. If you click there, it'll take you to a page where our solutions are offered to you. This is mostly our website that offer subscription to our subscription services, but of course some of our signals can also be supported by this expert advisor, since they are based on our particular systems that we teach and strategy we teach. It seems like when I have the video recorder on, the pages load very slowly, but here we are eventually. If you see this page, you can just scroll down this page a little bit further, and you can read all about our subscription services. But here you'll find a button saying buy expert advisor and course. So if you click on that button, it'll take you to a page where you can actually then select to buy this particular piece of software, and this page should come up just now. Unfortunately, with the recorder, the pages are loading very slow, so excuse me for that. This is the page, and you can see that here at the bottom here, you will get instant access to the course as well as the expert advisor. If you click on this, it'll take you to PayPal, where you can pay for this particular software. And that is it. Those are the two ways you can get hold of it, either through our courses that you attend, and the next one, as we said, is the 2nd of September, or you can go here and actually purchase this software plus the course that goes with it. It's a course also that comes with it to tell you how to work and operate this particular expert advisor. Thank you very much for your time.